these roads.
Receipts. So by following 2080 rule. What is going on, guys? This is Sashi, and in this video I'm gonna talk about how to save $10,000 in 2018. Okay, the first step, it's pretty simple, but or maybe you're thinking, okay, so this year I want to go to Thailand for a trip, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Maybe I want to go to Europe. Maybe you want to buy a car. Or maybe you want to buy a nice camera or like nice outfit. Or maybe the shoes, a watch that you've been thinking about or dreaming about for a few weeks, maybe half a year, maybe a few years. So how to do that? Well, first you need to save up money to buy for something that you don't have, right? So first step is actually pretty simple. First step to saving $10,000 this year is to track what you spend. What that means is that you basically keep track of your expenses. For example, like by receipts. If you go buy something like a grocery store or go to restaurants to have a dinner, make sure to keep those receipts, even if you're paying those bills by credit card. This is what I do every time. Even if I'm paying almost everything, like 99% of the time I'm using credit card as my payment, I always keep this whole bunch of receipts, right? So every month I collect receipts and I pile up in a stack, and after every month I do open up an Excel sheet and then basically type up punching numbers, date, what I bought, what I spent for, and the amount of money that I spent for, or paid for. So by doing that, basically you're telling yourself or reminding yourself how much you spend. If you're spending money in your credit card, you probably don't notice how much money you're spending because it's automatic, right? You don't really have like a stack of cash to spend. If you are punching in those numbers, if you engage your physical hands and then typing and all that stuff, and also your vision in your number shows up in your Excel sheet, it becomes more concrete to your brain. And then sometimes you notice like, oh wow, I didn't notice, like I forgot that I spent like $20 for this stupid stuff, right? So this is a good opportunity for you to be reminded about and how many times you spend for certain things with how much amount of money that you spend. So this is a really a concrete step. There's a saying goes, you cannot improve what you cannot measure. So basically, measuring, being able to measure, quantify, your expenses is the first step to saving $10,000. All right. So now I'm going to gym, and I'm going to track my bench press, biceps, and triceps. Measuring those stuff in a quantifiable way is really important to improve anything. So I'm going to go to gym, track my progress. Keep watching because 2 more points to come on your way about how to save $10,000 in 2018. Alright, that was pretty good workout. I squeezed in chest workout, biceps, triceps, and abs. But anyways, so you might be wondering, well, just keeping track of my expenses and just collecting a bunch of receipts wouldn't let me save $10,000 this year, right? So step 2 is actually not really about what to do, but quite opposite of like what not to do. So step 2, not dining out. So what I mean by not dining out is it's not about cutting down like having good time at restaurants, from 100% to zero. It's not about, really stressing yourself out and cutting all the funds, but it's more about minimizing expenses. Maybe prepare your own meals so that you can save more money. Step out of your office and then grab like Subway or little meals from like a pho or Thai food or a burger, whatever. It costs you only like $8, $10 per meal. Buying like Starbucks coffee like $2 a day doesn't seem like much a big deal, but if you multiply that $3 times by 30 days, it'll be like $100 easy. So step 2 is actually to prepare your own meals more. Start cooking so that you don't need to spend like $10, $20, maybe $30, 3 times, 4 times a week. So this is gonna save you $200, maybe $300, maybe $500 easily for some of you guys. For me, by preparing meals for myself almost every single days on weekdays, and then only allowing myself to go out and eat and dine out, maybe on the weekends, maybe once or twice a week, is actually saving me like at least $200, $300 a month. So $100, $200 a month translating to $2,000, $3,000 a year. So you can definitely save here $2,000, here, right? So now actually I was talking about how to cook your own meals, prepare for your own meals. Actually buying ice cream, desserts, or buying some prepared meals at restaurants is actually expensive. So what I got here is 4 liters of ice cream from grocery store. This is only $7. Whereas if I go to ice cream store, just a scoop of ice cream is gonna cost me like $4 or $5. So this is gonna save me at least good like 20, 30, 40 bucks. So this is example of like how to save your money by preparing your own meals from grocery store. So third point, I'm gonna talk about 20-80 rules of prioritization. This is gonna save you like $10,000, maybe $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 easy per year. So keep watching.
These roads intersect, on each one I reflect. These lines write my story. These places change me, each one replacing. Like night into morning, I miss the open air, the going anywhere, riding with you, like we used to.
Alright guys, so now you probably have already saved like $2,000 a year, but how about the rest of like $8,000? How can I save $10,000 this year? Well, back in 2017, last year for me, I was able to save, let's say, at least like $8,000 a year by third point, which is prioritization. So 20-80 rule. So what I mean by 20-80 rule is basically 80% of the core results are coming from 20% of real work. So if you think about it, people think that work and outcome are uniquely distributed, meaning that if you do this and that, it's going to produce the same amount of results. For example, if I commit myself for cutting expenses by half in this A and B and C, they're gonna save me the same amount of money, but it's actually not true. So by following 20-80 rules, I'm focusing on 20% of stuff to produce or save 80% of the money. So more specifically, I'm talking about saving big bucks from rent or car or mortgages, house, whatever those are one of the biggest expenses in your life. So for me, the biggest expense in my life, like my day-to-day like living monthly, is rent. Rent runs somewhere around from $1,000 to maybe $2,000 for one of you guys, right? So maybe if you're buying, if you're renting out like $15,000, I mean $1,500 apartment. So that's gonna run probably $13,000 a year. But if you decide to rent a room in a flat house or share a room, or maybe not share a room but share apartment, maybe share kitchen and bathroom but have your own private room for maybe like $600 a year and $600 a month, then it's gonna go down to, so the difference here is $900, right? $900. So you can save $900 easily. So this is what I did. So $900 saving multiplied by 12, I can easily save $10,000 a year. So this is how I ended up saving more than $10,000 in 2018 without increasing my income or carving out lots of fun and food and the restaurants or whatnot. So I didn't do much. I just focused on one of the biggest expenses in my life, and then focused on that, and then just made a little small change. So third point, final point is to prioritize. Prioritize what's important to you, because you can't have them all. You can't have like a nice apartment, expensive car, and expensive university education, and expensive dining out every single weekend with expensive watch and shopping, and like you can't have them all. You need to prioritize, because you're not millionaire or billionaire. If you are, maybe you don't need to save money, but probably you're watching this video because you want to save more money to achieve something that you want to achieve. For example, like traveling, or move to a new city, or buy this and that car and watch and shoes, right? So you need to kind of compromise. It's not really about being cheap or being frugal, but being strategic about what to save and what to spend. So for me, I like to spend more money on like a good camera or traveling experience, or like I want to invest more money in time, adventure, experience, as opposed to like materialistic means like car, house, or expensive bag, shoes, that sort. So it's not really, you don't really need to stress yourself out that you are being cheap. It's actually not. It's you are actually being really strategic. You're making plans for the future expense. And so you need to balance out like what to save and what to spend more. So you are doing this by following 20-80 rules. Alright guys, so this is how I was able to save $10,000 in 2017, and you can do that as well in 2018. Hope you got some of the values from my sharing my experience. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, because I'm gonna make more of these videos. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.